The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability as opposed to resilience and hard work, we will be brittle in the face of adversity. Joshua Waitzkin. My friends, each and every day we just spend 10 to 15 minutes following these markets and the whole world opens up to you. Let's jump into these charts on our three-wave chart. The three waves, of course, are the weekly, the 2-day, and the half-day. That is a 195-minute chart. It is not 4 hours. It's 195 minutes because the market's not open 8 hours, open from 9:30 to 4. That's why we use 195 minutes. Read my book. That is Three-Wave Trading Advantage, available to all of our Patreon members. The minute you sign up at any of the three levels, we send it to you along with Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. We see stocks are up, bonds, gold, Bitcoin down. S&P 500 let's see how high it has gotten this week. We look at it, it is the high 528.40, the high last week 526.87. And as we look at the market, we can see, look at this. If you look at the half day, it's really just a long slide. Yes, it's ticked up a little higher, but it is a long slide where things peaked up. Back on the week beginning the 30th, we have edged higher. Candles have gotten smaller. Volume, it was about average last week, not average just below the week before, average back on the week beginning the 23rd. And again, we've seen the market bump up, slide sideways, bump up again, and then it slid sideways. So we're watching it up for the day, 0.61%. Volume's decent on the half day. Good on the 2-day, although look at this, we're getting a spinning top here. Again, spinning tops on our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks tend to mean that, of course, we have some indecision there, particularly with all that volume. Do you know how to read volume? Do you know how to read it in comparison to price? Well, we've got a great volume training, and I will make that volume training available to you. I think that you will get a great deal out of it. And of course, as we continue to move along here and put the show on, as I'm sitting here at the computer, I realize that I have left my analysis in the printer. And that is where I'm heading right now to pick that up. So I can tell you exactly what has gone on today. And as we look at things, we are still, our directional probability is up on the S&P, the NASDAQ, gold, and Bitcoin. It is down a little more than a coin toss on TLT, 20-year U.S. government bonds. But again, things are pretty much flat on those. We'll get to that as we move through. But again, as I'm looking at things, remember, if you are a Patreon member, then what do you get? You get the Trade Execution Summary Grid every day. We release the prior days at the end of each day, and that is available at our Patreon page. We also have a great analysis that includes price direction, best trade entry point, strategic profit exit point, expected price move, backtest results, explains where those are coming from, the key patterns when it comes to the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, and the trade instructions. All that is included. Each and every day we email that out. Actually, before I even do the show on most days, I email it out directly to the Patreon members and also post it on the Patreon page. If you're traveling and a Patreon member, always remember that you can go to the Patreon page and access the 5-day plus ETF trading analysis and execution plan. So as I compare where we are on today's Trade Execution Summary Grid to yesterday's, I see that we are a couple of points higher in the directional probability on the S&P, and I also see the backtest accuracy going up, which is beautiful. So we are still long the S&P. Let's look at the NASDAQ and see where we are there. Of course, it's edging up higher for the week. Volume was just below average volume last week and below the week before. It hit average volume back on the week beginning the 23rd. And this week, we may get up to average volume. Green spinning top on the 2-day, finished drawing today with average volume. Decent volume on the half day, up 0.81%. So, of course, we are still long, and we're also seeing the directional probability going up along with the back test accuracy. So we are still long on stocks, both our indexes, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. Let's talk about 20-year U.S. government bonds. Started hit on that a minute ago. We are still down, which is good if you're trading TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot. I saw the emerging pattern, of course, once we hit the interim high and things rotated over. Only thing that concerned me is we didn't have average volume either week. I want to see, again, let me see if I can find a typical pattern for you that really makes me feel good about things. We didn't even have it this last time. It was close with average. Well, we had an interim low with average volume, but we had the rotation over. And we had a strange drop over before. Lots of volume after an interim high. I don't usually like to see candles that big back on the 7th of April. But as things rotated over going down here, what we typically like is a green up candle like we see here. No wick on the bottom, interim high with average volume, and then a red spinning top. That's the most beautiful setup. And then we ride that down. Well, we had it set up with not quite average volume. Things did go in the right direction, and I am not surprised. Not down much for the day, 0.02%, but a nice down week with higher than average volume, showing that down move can be accelerating. We can see it also on the 2-day, and we can see where, again, things slowed down in the down movement over the course of the morning in the 2-day, today, on Thursday, the 17th. So that's where we are on bonds. It's our only bearish move. So we're short bonds in the fund TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot, which is the single inverse, something for you to practice trade if you are interested in making money when markets crash. So I'm going to put that volume training at the end of today's show. Don't forget to check that out. Let's look at gold now. Now, gold. Yesterday, we were higher on our directional probability than we are today because of the down movement in gold, 0.22%. Again, I've been quite concerned about gold. Since we hit that interim high back on the 9th of June, things have been slowing down. It's sort of sliding sideways. You can see sort of the movement, not anything that one can track. Can't even put a trend line to it. But we are decently still, we're okay when it comes to the directional probability on up movement. I just don't like the way the candles are setting up. I like it when everything lines up. Candles look good and strong. The back test accuracy is good. The directional probability is 80% or higher, and we're not there, along with the back test accuracy, and things just look great. Gold is not there. Not surprised that it's pulling back a little bit. And, of course, you can see hard to find much of a trend at all on the 2-day. Well, you can't find a trend on the 2-day, half-day, or the weekly. So, again, that's where we are on gold. Bitcoin pulling back just barely for the day, 0.24%. You can see where Bitcoin hit its high on Monday morning, retracted some, moved up some, and then back a little today. But, again, nice big green up candle for the week, already at average volume. Average volume on the 2-day. Now remember, that 2-day red volume just means it opened lower than the prior close. And you can see we had that high on the Monday. Tuesday candle on the 2-day actually happened Monday morning. And then the Wednesday, Thursday, things up on Wednesday, pulling back a little bit on Thursday, but decent volume. So we'll keep an eye on things. That is still our highest directional probability of an up movement is on HODL, and our highest backtest accuracy is there too. So again, long on HODL. So long on everything except 20-year U.S. government bonds on which we are short. No sideways moves as far as our math shows us. We don't have any sideways calls. We're over 60% in all of these directional probabilities. Of course, what do I like? I like 80+%. We're not batting any of those right now. My friends, if you are Patreon members, we've already sent you out the weekly vertical crossovers. There's only 2 going down, none going up. That should tell you something there as far as the S&P goes. And when we look at we've also sent out to you, as we always do, usually before I record this show, as I said earlier, our 5-day plus ETF trading analysis and execution plan. We always love to hear from you, my friends. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless. All the best from Charting Wealth.